we don't all have to be here at once. And Damani's offering to do Tuesday, Thursday, and most likely he'll be the one staying out of the Tuesday, Thursday, because it'll fit later. It fits better with his schedule, 6 to 8, instead of, that's why he hasn't been coming 3 to 5:30 right now. So.
Okay, and
So,
that's here.
here.
You want just one camp here as opposed to the past where we've had a couple at the junior high school. One camp here.
One.
Cost?
Okay. I always charge $10, at least $10. It's cheap. I know it's cheap, but I at least get the parents, okay, I paid $10, I'm gonna take it to go.
$10 for
4 weeks?
4 weeks?
That's what I charge.
You're cheap.
When I know I'm cheap.
But we want to promote
But we want to
kids
also,
wrestling.
Eight sessions, basically.
Okay.
would,
How about
I charge 20, but
20.
you charge what?
I would charge 20. We charged 20 when Joe and I did our winter camp last year.
I used to pay
The
40.
last 5
every
years, we paid 20. I charged 25 for my football camp.
Yeah.
uh,
We'll go 20, and as usual,
But if you
we'll
just
never
lay it
turn
out on the
anyone
flyer, you
away.
get 8 sessions for 20 bucks.
Right.
That's pretty good. You know.
It's terrific.
Yeah.
It's a terrific.
920. It's a steal. Yeah. So it'll go through 10/18. 9/25 through 10/18.
The district should actually get to.
And again, if cost is an issue, we don't want someone to not show up because of cost.
We're gonna cover.
we need to do
Right.
that. So,
We'll have them talk about
Also,
it.
we're gonna
Yeah.
charge 20 to cover these.
Some.
Who's doing the flyer?
that's-
We can do.
You know what? If you guys can just make me the flyer, I'll make copies of it.
Okay.
Just bring me the flyer. Same with the golf tournament deal. If you guys can make me the flyer on
where's the
that.
golf
We're
tournament?
not actually, it's last, it's on there.
It was on.
It's on there, we're gonna cover it.
Okay.
If you guys make me the flyer, a flyer, I can make copies of it.
All right. I'll do this flyer. You guys can handle the golf flyer.
You'll do the
Elementary Team G camp flyer.
elementary through 8th grade
Okay.
For the camp.
for the camp. Don't start getting tired, you'll be fine.
No, I'm just thinking you need 2 sessions.
You'll be fine.
Let's hope we have that problem, and then we'll switch half of them to Monday, Wednesday. What, you want to go till 10 o'clock at night?
No, it's just for breaking down, elementary wrestling compared to junior highs. I mean, it's
Right.
completely different. So
Yes and no.
it'll work. Don't worry.
It'll work.
Victor will make it work.
It'll work.
We need
They'll
the
be
corner.
fine. They'll be fine. Less experience here, more experience here, have the room, go.
It's
Ready to move on?
Move.
Golf tournament.
All right,
Take it away.
I'm gonna talk about the golf tournament, okay, we're gonna talk about something else too. And Lance and I had talked about this before. Here are the numbers on the golf tournament. Riverside Golf Course is willing to do this. The best available date for us is,
I'm sorry, is that right up here?
yeah,
199.
199 since 1938. That's where they have-
39.
That's where they had 39, sorry. That's where they- So anyway, the date that they have available for the golf tournament is the 28th of October. Okay? Now, Bullard High School baseball is having a tournament that day, and that's a Sunday. All right? Here's what you get. Here's what they've got. For $47, this is our cost. You get golf, you get carts, and you get a tri-tip lunch with a drink. That's the internal cost. Per person.
Okay.
Okay, per person. We don't worry about $20 for 8 weeks of, yeah, okay. But we're shifting here, shifting products, okay? We're shifting products here. stay with me on this, okay? So, this is the reality of the golf tournaments, and I'm glad that you guys are reacting on it, because we're talking about something else, and Lance is gonna help you. The tickets that we would sell them for, if you've been to these, the typical ticket would be about $100, okay? So, and what would we get? I'm thinking, Lance, conservatively, I could get 10 foursomes, okay?
That's pretty bold. That's
Okay.
not conservative.
It's not conservative,
That's pretty
except
aggressive.
I'm stepping outside of the wrestling community because I've gotten some feedback that we're gonna get some other involvement, okay? So if we did that number, we forecasted it out, and we had 40 people, obviously that's,
53 for $57 or $53 per person, times 40.
you know, it could be up to $2,000. You can also make money in other areas as well. If we have a golf tournament, I will get the hole-in-one insurance covered. Clausen will pay for that.
What is that?
If anybody makes a hole-in-one on a par 3, they win a car. Okay? All right?
Automatically become golf professional.
In the golf professionals are going to choose the hole, right?
You cannot be a professional. The underwriting of the insurance,
The people at Riverside.
No, everybody tries it.
Everybody tries
If
it.
you hit it, you make a hole in one, you win a car.
everybody in the
Oh, it's
tournament,
just a hole?
yeah, it's one
Just one
hole.
hole.
It's a complete golf game.
hard can it be?
I've golfed before, I just didn't know.
Hold on,
like,
hold on.
you were choosing it, or
I
you were
sponsored this
choosing it.
once before in Cal Ripken, and sure as heck, the first hour guy sculled one in and knocked it in the hole. You just gotta make sure you have witnesses, and we will. But it's professionally sponsored, this insurance company. There's nice point of purchase displays, there's closest to the pin. There's other things that these guys and gals can win besides the tournament, besides, you know, the ones just to give away, okay? And the hole-in-one is a lot of hype. We bring a car out there, or I bring a car out there, it'd be a new Honda, and if anybody thinks that they get it, it's doable. It's 160 yards, so it's definitely within, you can hit, you can reach it for sure. So they put the lunch on, it's just you go in, you can do sit down, but that price didn't include sit down. They get the drink, they get the tri-tip sandwich for that price, okay? The course looks like it's in pretty good shape. The reason we couldn't do it before is, number one, there's a time issue. Number two, they're aerating it in the beginning of October, right, Lance?
First and second.
Okay, so the course will be in the best condition then. Historically, the weather's very good then. It's fair weather, okay? It's Halloween type weather. So anyway, that's an idea, and we can do that. And Kyle's mom has been involved in this before, and Jackie has told me that she would help out. So we have people in place that would help out. Now listen, that being said, there's another option if the goal is to raise money for the wrestling club. And it is, right? And Lance has talked to me about this, and Lance was involved. Lance has been involved with hockey. He's a hockey player, and he's got another idea. Lance happens to work at Riverside as well, so he knows what kind of involvement is involved in that works involved in this. One downside to this is, at $100 a pop, not everybody can do this. Okay, so you eliminate some people that would normally be willing to go in and commit and get involved. Okay. Plus, there's a time issue. It is a Sunday. It's an 8 o'clock tee-off time. It's typically a 4-hour round of golf. With hackers, it's about 5. Then you have lunch. It's a good part of your day. The other thing is we don't involve our athletes. Now, I'm not trying to get out of this because I'm going to help one way or another, whether we do this or we do something else. But Lance and I have talked, and I want him just to speak a little bit about this. And what he's talking about is to consider perhaps, instead of the golf, we do something where we have a bowling day or a bowling night at like Sierra Lanes, okay? So tell them what you've done with the hockey, Lance, and then I'm going to summarize and revisit this.
We ran many golf tournaments with the Fresno Junior Falcons when Jake was playing. Golf tournaments are successful, but they're really time consuming. I mean, not only for the committee, but the players, and it's a 6.5, 7-hour day. It's draining, and not everybody can play golf. Everybody can bowl. So we came up, me and the other coaches down there, we came up and said, why don't we have a bowling night? And it started out very small. We rented 10 lanes. We invited the parents of the players, this and everything. We had the kids, we had 5 lanes set aside just for kids. Bumpers up, they just went nuts, no keeping score or anything. Then we had the older kids, the kids we were actually trying to send to tournaments, they acted as the waiters. They were sort of the scorekeepers, they interacted with everybody, every single group. We had half the lanes at Sierra. We were in and out of there in 3.5 hours. We didn't have to do any setup, we didn't have to do any cleanup. And we made almost $2,400 in 3.5 hours. We had sponsors, raffles. You're gonna make all your money on raffles, even at a golf tournament. So the raffles are inside, plus the guys can drink. The parents can go to the bar and have a cocktail or whatever. The kids are taken care of. You can involve the kids. You don't need babysitters. You can do it on any night of the week. You can do it on we did it on a Thursday night from 6 to 9:30. It was perfect.
You can do it on a Saturday afternoon. There's no leagues. See, now here's the other thing. Golf on the weekend is very busy at a golf course, obviously. They don't have leagues during the day. It's usually very light at a bowling alley, okay? We could involve more people, kids could do it, and we could use our wrestlers to be waiters too, okay? So if you look...
What do the waiters do?
They just, if you need something, hey, can you go get me a soda? What we did,
Just nachos or...
nachos or whatever, something that obviously they can't bring alcohol, you know, but it keeps them involved, it gets, you know, I know a few of the wrestlers from Central, I don't know all of them, but if...
So you don't have the wrestlers bowl?
They can if they want,
bowl if they
but most of
want.
the time they're there to interact with the parents, the boosters, so on and so forth.
So it's the parents that bowl?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the kids and whoever
maybe the
wants
kids
to.
of the wrestlers and our family relatives, yes.
Stuff like that.
You can get anybody, if you want to say, you want to help out Central Wrestling.
Bring
Well,
friends or whatever.
I can't, you know, we're having a golf tournament, I don't know how to play golf. Everybody can bowl. And
So
the thing
is
is,
it one flat rate fee, 2
It's a
balls?
flat-
2 games, we charge $45 per person, right? That included your bowling, the shoes, and a soft drink or whatever. So it's less than half the price of golf. You're in and out of there in about half the time. We bowled 2 games. The Sierra charged us,
Yeah.
$3 a line. They got specials going on right now, and I think we could be successful in charging less than that too.
Yeah.
It's like 30, we can make it affordable. But you brought this up to me and I was ready to go with the golf, and I still am, but I'd like just to kind of table this and give me a chance to do some homework and drill down and get some numbers, and not wait till the next meeting. Just email the board and I can wrap this up with a week, we can talk about it and then go from there. But we've got a plan either way, we'll make some money, but I'd like to come to a
well, the good thing, another
Unless you got your heart set on a golf tournament, we can do it. Okay.
here's
But
the whole thing.
I think based on what I've talked with Lance, that we probably could make more money, less work at the bowling center.
And the good thing is if you started out small at the beginning of the season, it's like a test thing, see how much participation you get. Even if you get 20, say you only get 25 people, you charge them $30, right? The bowling alley charges you $10 for 2 games,
Okay.
shoes, so on and so forth. You're gonna make a couple $100 on a 3-hour night. If you put it out really successfully, you can have another one a month later. It's not like a golf tournament where you have
Not tied to
book in
weather,
advance.
and it's not tied to weather.
It's not tied to weather, it's not tied to time, really. Like I said, we did Thursday night, 6 to 9:30, it was
Do
perfect.
you have some kind of price for the top bowlers or something like that? Or
We can do that.
have whatever you want.
You can do that. You can.
Yeah, you can have highest score, you can have lowest score, just to keep people involved, most strikes in a row, most strikes. It got pretty funny, because we had it 3 years in a row. And it got so big, at the last year, we had over 100 bowlers.
Wow.
And hockey's not a mainstream sport,
Either.
okay?
It's way less mainstream than wrestling.
And if you're talking about having raffles and prizes and...
You have that in the back of the
donate
lanes.
those just like we...
Silent, you know, silent
Donations
auctions.
from the sponsors. I can get some donations, so I don't have a whole one tournament. If we don't go golf, then I'll get Clausen to kick down a donation, and we can put a sheet with all the sponsors on it and give them some,
Right.
you know.
Can we win a car if we get a ball strikes?
Right.
So, look, if you guys want to win a car, we're gonna have to do the golf thing.
Hole in one insurance, what would that be in bowling?
Perfect, yeah, perfect
A
game.
hole in one insurance is $300 for me to get a hole in one insurance.
No, but I mean, what would it be?
That's a 300. It's 12 strikes in a game.
I get it.
Yeah.
I like it, only because I'm a crappy bowler, but I'm even a worse golfer, so I don't golf, so. I mean, that'd be something like me and my wife can go to.
That's what I mean.
Right.
Right.
I don't
Yeah,
golf,
see,
so-
there's the deal.
Yeah, personally,
See what
I
I mean?
wouldn't go to the golf tournament. Well, I would go just to help
Right.
golf.
Right,
But you can also, I mean, you can have it in December. Golf in
right.
December is
There's just a
little
lot more
dicey.
flexibility and there's a lot more people that can get involved in it. So let me do some homework and I'll have this thing wrapped up by the middle of next week and I'll get back with all the board members and we can drill down and I'll get back with you.
And either one, golf or bowling, will be October 28th.
We can do that. You want to keep, yeah, let's make October 28th the day.
I just wanted to make
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's
so
make-
That's a good
before I
idea.
start
Yes,
scheduling
yes.
other stuff.
That's good.
I-
And I've got to take care of this quickly, so that that date doesn't get taken up on the golf course as well. I gotta have this thing wrapped up in the next 3 days.
The only is, do we get some kind of a special deal or something from the bowling alley? Because I know we've gone bowling on a Sunday before and it's ridiculously expensive.
No, if you-
We'll
yeah.
never
There's
go
promotions
again.
right now. No, there's promotions right now.
There's all sorts of promotions, and if you go in there saying you have a tournament, or you're gonna
I'll
guarantee
get
them,
you prices tomorrow.
you're gonna guarantee them 50 people, they're gonna work with you, believe me, especially on a
Even on
Sunday.
a Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sundays Sundays are normally, it's open, there's no league, very little league on Sundays,
And
right?
you can have it between, you know,
$50.
you gotta remember, it's football season too, so on Sunday, if people wanna watch football,
That's true.
you have the,
Well, they have football on the LEDs where you
right,
can
but
go.
you also have it right before the Sunday night game, so everybody's home by whatever.
Anyway, so I'll get the price on the bowling, I'll get the price on the bowling by tomorrow, and I'll email everybody on the board so we can have an idea, so we can close this thing out by the middle of.
Actually, for all those reasons, I would recommend that if we go with the bowling, we not do it on a Sunday. I think if you golf, you're.
We have no
people are
choice but
used
to do it on the
golf. Right.
28th, but where Victor's coming from.
But if
he
we
needs
have
to-
the more flexibility of
But
bowling,
you're-
I would think the
Like Benny's
weeknight
saying,
or
if
evening
you
would be better.
decide to go with golf, you're gonna be locked in on the 28th.
Right.
We're locked in on the 28th for sure.
And I just need a date.
Okay, so then I need
But
to
I
get,
think bowling would be a different thing, personally, just my opinion.
okay, I'll tell you what, let me get the numbers. So I'll get the numbers to everybody by tomorrow, and then we can decide on the date and strike on it. But if we decide on going bowling, the date's flexible, but Victor needs it because of the wrestling schedule, obviously. Okay? All right.
Very good.
Are we missing anything? Do we have a date for, I know we did, the Clovis High takedown? Wasn't that 11/17? I think I wrote on my other schedule. It is a Saturday. I'm
It is
pretty sure it was
Saturday.
17.
That's it.
Anybody else?
If
Move
the
to adjourn? Go ahead.
if there's nothing going on next Saturday, I'd like to shoot pictures for fundraising next week.
Okay. What day is that?
Saturday.
The 22nd?
Is that Saturday?
17.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do?
No, he wants to have the kids come and do their portraits.
Okay.
And their, do we have everybody in the room already that we
No.
can do portraits? Yeah, we don't have football in the room yet.
We don't have.
You're talking about their packets, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And their portraits?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think we can do them yet.
Ceiling size, they don't have their shoes, they ain't got nothing.
Okay.
What's
So you
the
could
time
even
frame
give
for
them
that?
sweats.
We don't even have kids. Half of them were at football.
Right.
Okay. So we'll just put this off for later then.
Yeah, it's gonna have to be probably during the season.
November.
Like when
I want to try and do it before. What's that company's name?
Yari?
Yari.
Yeah.
I want to do it before they come in.
Well, we're not gonna let them come in, so.
Okay.
we can just.
Exactly. Yeah, we won't let them come in. I think we've committed, if I'm not mistaken, to having you do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
we talked about that
Yeah.
last year.
All right.
Everyone familiar with that? What we talked about?
Stephanie, that was number 17.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay. so the takedown tournament is 11/17. If you guys all have schedules, that's the one. It's on there, but the date wasn't on there. But since you did bring that up, Eddie, I think the calendars were a big success,
Oh, yeah.
and I think we should do them again. The only thing is, I think we should try to get them out earlier.
Yeah, it was,
Unfortunately, we turned the calendars over to Jay. So, and the monies that came in and were paid for them kind of got co-mingled with other stuff. So I don't know exactly how much we made, but I do know that they all win.
okay.
And so I believe we definitely are in the black on it.
But there's no way to know. I mean, when you say successful, we solely made money on those?
We made more than we paid, yes.
Okay. It was a
In the
late,
black. Well, there were a couple of sponsors, but that also was kind of late in the game, so, if we could get sponsors on there, I've actually got a couple already. And, one of the things that I was really excited about that I was hoping we could incorporate this year is we had talked about putting their picture on their birthday.
Oh, that's cool, what a great idea.
Yeah.
They did with Victor, unless it was.
That was coincidence, you mean his picture is on his month?
Oh, no, on his month, yeah.
Yeah, but no, actually specifically in that little square.
Wait, what a great idea.
Yeah, and I thought that would be, but we just have to start a little earlier. in order
yeah,
to do
well,
that.
it was a late idea, it was late
That's
work,
okay.
everything about it was late, but,
Yeah.
you know, we had said last year, this year,
That
we're
we
gonna
would
jump
do
on
that,
it,
that we
you know,
would try
we're gonna
to
get
do
it out
that.
early.
Fantastic.
So I'll add the calendar as a to-do item, and we'll keep that on the front burner. Are you available to start going to tournaments and
Yeah,
start
they're on the weekends, right, Saturday?
taking some pictures? Yeah. I don't know, there are a few kids wrestling this Saturday in Lemoore, but it's not an official team,
Okay.
but
But, so they won't be wearing any central,
No,
okay.
you can't.
We're not allowed to wear some.
No kidding,
All right.
you can't.
Tell them.
Can't.
because they're Team G.
I know that.
It's practice. I mean, you can't.
So Van wears hayseed singlet?
Really can't.
He can wrestle his tarantaras.
Oh, he bought a hayseed singlet in Vegas last year.
That's what he's wearing.
You can wear that.
You can wear that.
T-shirt and shorts.
So I'll add the calendar and we'll get moving on that. Anything else?
Good stage, right?
No speedos.
Anybody? Yes?
When exactly was November 17th?
Is the takedown
What was
tournament
takedown?
in
We
Clovis?
didn't have a date on the schedule, right at the top.
Yeah.
You can right there. I'll give that one to you. Good, because I was gonna leave it.
I'm bad.
Move to adjourn 7:14.
I tried to.
Thank you.
Before they-
Yeah. So we started late, but we ended early.
That's what.
Okay,